My connect is a OG, trying to get me rich. I hate y'all niggas, but I'm riding for my bitch. I took a mile when they tried to give an inch. Guess that's why I never felt like this, my nigga. I'm so free.
Kiss 101.7, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is. Top of the hour, 3 o'clock. We do it with the best of the MP3 at 3, of course, on Sundays. I picked an artist that gets a lot of love throughout the week, and that's who I bring in here. We sit down, we talk, we listen to some music, we talk about some things. Today I got my man KAE Hock in the building.
Oh. What up, though?
He let me know he's struggling with some back problems, but I appreciate you being a soldier and toughing it out today.
I'm a soldier.
There's a chair over there, man, if you want it.
Nah, it's cool. I think standing would be better, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, there it is. That's what's up. Yo, first of all, let me say, KAE Hock sent me music, like, way back when I first started the MP3 at 3 thing. And his music was always something different. It was always something that was unique to the sound that I was hearing coming out of Delaware. And being that I'm not from Delaware, a lot of times the music I was hearing was very repetitive, very redundant of the same old two-step. So when I heard your joints, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of refreshing. It was something different. Took me back a little bit to some 90s hip-hop, which I appreciated.
Okay.
But it was something that was new and it was fresh. And then I kind of gravitated toward that, and it seemed like from what the response that I always got, the listeners did the same.
Well,
so first, I appreciate that.
Well, brother, let me tell you first, I appreciate you because, you know what I mean, you've been giving a lot of local artists an opportunity to get some shine. So we appreciate and we need a brother like you, man, out here in Delaware, giving artists an opportunity to spread their music, spread their name, you know what I'm saying, and represent Delaware properly, you know what I mean? And you're giving us that platform, so appreciation to you, brother. No
doubt, man. That's what we're here for. Now today I want to talk about some things first of all before we get into the music. The general thing that, you know, everybody wants to know how artists get inspired to do their music and stuff like that, and that's all good. But for me personally, I want to know, what do you feel like is going to be the key ingredient that's going to separate you from everybody else out here, not just in Delaware, but in this area, period? Because it's a lot of people that's claiming they doing hip-hop and they doing music, and Rob J come to my shows, see me do this, that, and the third. And it's really not like that. So what do you think is going to separate you from everybody else out here doing the same thing you do, or trying to do the same thing you do?
Well, you know, I think that, you know, my skill level, my music, already sets me apart. You know what I mean? You know, just off the bat. But at the same time, in the entire music industry, I feel like I'll be able to separate myself by giving that hardcore soul sound. You know what I'm saying? It's a hardcore soul sound that I provide. And, you know, I wear many hats, man. I wear sometimes the producer hat, but big shout out to Flames Earl Jones. He produced this new album that's coming out, 1738. He's a Delaware native, so that was important. You know, but I wear many hats, man. The engineer hat, the producer hat, the singer hat, the rapper hat. Whatever hat I gotta put on to accomplish the goal is the hat I'm gonna put on. So I think that separates me from any artist in the industry. You know what I mean?
There it is. That's what's up. Let me ask you this now, because with wearing all those hats, some people will say you might get lost in one thing, because, you know, people can be masters of many things and then, you know, not really have a significant niche going on. So how do you find your way to make sure that lyrically you're still on point when you know you have to sit there and also produce and engineer that beat as well?
Well, the first thing I have to, you know, always be cognizant of and focus on is the fact that I am a lyricist, I am an artist, so that always comes first, and nothing's going to ever trump those two responsibilities of mine. As far as everything else, you know what I'm saying, I got a strong team, my Twin Light fam, my FFL fam, my LTD fam, you know what I'm saying, they help me with whatever I need. But I can't, you know, even though I wear the artist hat, that's my most fly hat. So I'm gonna wear it and I'm gonna wear it well, and I'm gonna delegate whatever needs to be done to someone else in my team that can do it.
There it is. That's what's up. Now, with all that said, let's get into some music. I gotta play this one first. I was gonna do Diamond Love first, okay, and then I changed my mind because when you sent me the Django track,
all right,
we all was kind of like, uh-oh. What is this gonna be? Like, even Jay Nice was like, are you sure we gonna be able to run with that? I was like, I don't No. First of all, this is KAE Hock we talking about.
Yes, sir.
Second of all, Django already has implications that I'm not sure I want to get into on the air. I'm a rebel, but I like my job.
Right.
But we listened to it, man. Big Ant was in here rocking with it. Big Ant don't rock with everything, all right?
Big shout out to Big Ant.
That's my man, all right? That's my partner right there. And just keeping it 100, Big Ant don't rock out to everything. He's got an ear for music, and if it's not good, he won't even be able to tell you what the MP3 was that day if he's standing right here next to me. But if it's good, we talk about it the entire time. When the mix is over, we still talk about it.
That's what's up.
So you know what I'm saying? This was one of those songs, so I felt it was only right that we blew on this one first, all right?
Let's go.
Talk about it though real quick, man. The whole idea for how you came up and like what made you feel like Django, because we all seen the movie, was the perfect title for this song.
Well, with this particular song, the title kind of drove the writing, you know what I mean? At first, when Flames Earl Jones sent me that track, you know, I just thought that the track was crazy and it had the potential to go anywhere. So at first, I being a track like that, you're like, okay, I want to make this record a hit, you know what I mean? So I started kind of getting R&B, started singing a little bit, and sometimes when I do that, Flames will pull me back into my pocket, like, listen, man, I really don't think you should do that on this record, or what so be it, you know what I mean? So when he told me that, I took it back into the lab, and I just was like, you know what would be crazy if I made a song called Django and really related it to, even though it being fly, but, you know, to the movie. And being that it relates to the movie, it also relates to the theme of my album, 1738, so it's kind of like a perfect blend, you know what I mean?
There it is. Now we're going to talk more about the album too, because I want to get into all of that. I want people to know, you know what I'm saying, how to get their hands on it and all that good stuff. In the meantime, Django, that's the one we're going to rock with right now, y'all. Best of MP3 and 3. My man KAE Hock in the building, Kiss 101.7.
Killavision, you feel me?